This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play,
And that's key.
if that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me?
Hey.
Without me? All
That
right.
might be the
Hey.
dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like the way
the
he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit.
Look.
It did not.
All right,
McCarron.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yeah.
What you put
With me? Without me?
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
We're going to run the gamut of sports tonight. We're going to call it the wide world of sports because we got a lot to talk
That's a
about.
good thing.
Basketball, baseball,
Yeah.
football. About the only thing we're not going to get into is swimming and track and field.
Not
we're going to
yet.
run the gamut. You know what gamut means?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Right.
check. You went to LSU, so I just want to check.
But wait,
on
you
that.
mentioned something about track and field. If I'm
That
not
was a low
mistaken.
dig.
I
What?
was actually in Baton Rouge on Saturday. Wasn't there a track meet Saturday?
We're not getting into track and field. We don't have enough time for track and
Could
field.
have thought that
guys.
was something at the track.
Track and field is
I just
great.
wanted to bring it up.
It's
you know?
great, but we don't have enough time for that tonight, okay?
But we're
him
going
on
to run the
track.
gamut, though. You
Keep
said,
him on
you said
track.
run the gamut. I mean, I'm just trying to put it all out there
Our
for you.
little
Rick.
wide world of sports. That's
Right.
what we're going to do.
That'll
Our little
work.
wide world
Only
of sports.
thing worse than track is field.
Oh, he said it. He said it, track and field.
I did a few field events. Not all that bad.
All right,
Come on
we
now.
got a lot to cover. Great guests coming up tonight.
Yes.
McNeese's star guard, Kevin Hardy, wins a big award.
Yeah.
He'll be on in a little bit. Also, our own Sound Off 60's own sports doctor, if you will. Dr.
Yeah.
Brett Cassio will talk with us about golf, backs.
Talks about
Tiger
what's feeling bad,
Woods,
what's aching.
all
Yeah.
that stuff going. Man, it's a big week, guys.
It is. It is.
Big week
It is.
locally, big week with the Masters,
Yeah.
Final Four tonight, the whole bit. All right, let's start off with LSU Spring. All right, and McNeese Spring, too, is wrapping up this week.
LSU's? Oh, we're going to
Yeah, we're going to talk LSU football.
Yeah.
You know that game is meaningless.
I know it's meaningless, but if the purple
Okay.
and gold put on any kind of gear and throw a football around,
It means something.
You know, we got to talk
It means
about
something.
I
Yes.
know Kevin was there. He
Yeah,
best
yeah.
tackle of the day. He tackled me after the game.
Oh, and the best one of the day?
Yeah, I didn't,
That
you know, I
doesn't
didn't
say much
see
for
him
LSU
coming, or
defense.
I would have put my little
Blindsided
side
him a little bit there. Yeah.
I kind of got
God.
blindsided.
All right, we're going to cover it, but we're going to
Yeah.
cover it quick. I wasn't there, so I'm going to shoot some things at you two guys. First off, newspaper boy, you're making a big deal out of the quarterback situation. Jennings, Harris, youngster versus youngster. Apparently, come summer, come August, we might have a little duel going on, according to your reporting.
You have a duel going on
Right
now.
Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, definitely.
Now,
Definitely.
I wouldn't get too excited.
I'm not, but I'm leaving
And,
it up to you.
All right, I'm going to play along.
Okay.
Spring game, you know what? LSU always looks ragged in spring
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
I think. And then, you know, then they'll show up to play Wisconsin, and they'll be okay. But I wasn't blown away by either one of those guys. What did you think?
I tell you what, I was a little
Hey,
bit
but,
disappointed.
I'm going to get to you.
Okay.
But the Twitter buzz, what have you, LSU fans excited about Brandon Harris, you know, the true, not even a true freshman, he's still a high
Yeah.
school senior.
Yeah,
Boy,
exactly.
Really.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I saw the arm.
He's a freshman,
I saw the quickness, but there's a lot more to playing quarterback.
Yeah.
But he's fresh out of Shreveport. I mean,
I saw no hesitation at all to throw into double coverage.
None. Okay.
you'll learn quick.
And
I mean, if you just, put it this way, if there was a week to go before the season started,
They're
and
in
you
trouble.
watched that, and you say, LSU's in trouble this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
All right, now your turn.
and I know exactly what Scooter's saying. We both was there actually
He
watching
does have an arm.
the same game. Yes, he
I was
does.
impressed with his
but
arm.
the thing that I think right now, and you've got to be aware of, Brandon, he only ran 5 plays max. So we didn't have a playbook for
You
this
mean
kid.
different plays?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you had different sets,
Yeah,
whatever,
but he
it
also
was the same play.
playing a very vanilla defense.
Yeah,
They didn't
yeah.
do anything
so,
on defense.
So, I mean, don't get that excited to where, wow, but like Scooter said, make no mistake, this kid's got an arm. I mean, I've never seen as tight a spiral. Have you?
Well,
Oh, it's tight.
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus had a pretty tight spiral, too.
Ever
But let me
see
just
one
say,
like that.
for this kid to be that young, the one thing that did surprise me was his poise.
You know,
I was surprised
if I
at
had
that.
to compare him to somebody, arm, because people forget what a good arm this kid had. Ryan Paralleau.
No,
Okay.
That's valid.
Okay.
That's valid.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know,
the
and
thing-
the athleticism might be maybe even a little quicker even
Yeah.
than Parallel.
Yeah.
He is quick.
The thing with Jennings, I think what may have disappointed a lot more people is that he didn't take as many chances downfield on receivers that were open that he could have. And I'm not.
Well,
and I'm
I
not
didn't
sure.
see a ton of open receivers.
Well-
and that's part. You played in spring games. And DBs have a little bit of an advantage in a spring game in that they know
We
those
know what the
routes.
plays. I mean, we know what the plays
Y'all
are too. Scooter.
recognize the plays.
I mean, we know what the plays are. We know they're going to run a total of no more than about 6 to 8 plays. That's it.
All right,
That's
let's
it.
move
They're just
on
gonna
from
mix them up with
quarterback.
different
Let's
coverages.
move on quickly. So you got about 10 seconds for each here. Defensive guru over there. Will this defense be at least more consistent from what you saw, what little you were able to
I
ascertain
think
from
their
spring?
defense will be okay.
Secondary, I'm going to nod my head and say they're going to be okay.
They're
but
gonna be better, more consistent.
I'm worrying about that interior line.
Okay, let me shift to you in regards to that. Defensive line, young, rebuilding. You know who they lost? They weren't
you
all
gotta
America.
remember, Jamario Rasco didn't play.
No.
Sprained ankle something.
Yeah.
Up front, I think they're okay at end. I'm waiting to see how the two tackles.
Yeah.
And you know how LSU. That's
Yeah.
the one place they
Yeah.
like to rotate in and
Yeah.
out.
Right.
So that they need 7 or 8 guys
Yeah.
at the ends and in the tackles to really play. I think they'll be fine at the end. I mean, I think Danielle Hunter is the next really,
Yeah.
big
Okay.
potential first-round pick,
Yeah.
whatever, out of the LSU defensive line.
Will the offensive line be a center of strength because of the experience?
Oh, should be.
They're big enough.
I mean,
I tell you
they've
that.
got everybody out.
They're big enough.
I mean, back except one, and they might have a little more depth than you. They don't play a lot of people in the offensive
Right.
line, even when they can. You never find out what kind of depth they've got until they get somebody hurt.
Until they
It
get
turns
hurt.
out they usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think their offensive line will be fine.
Will
And-
LSU's receivers fill the big
now
void
wait.
left
See,
by
this-
Beckham and Landry? What?
That's going to be tough. And I was looking at special teams. They were moving a few guys out, receivers and defensive backs and catching. But you know what? You've got to have a guy that's going to be confident in himself to know when to catch that and when to let it go. And some of them was a little bit, I felt, wasn't sure.
Right.
Just caught it because it was a scrimmage and nobody was going
I'm
to hit
just
you.
going to assume
But
LSU always has a good
they do, Scooter.
kick returner.
They do, Scooter.
And
But
I'm
you
going
wanted-
to assume they got one there somewhere now.
But you kind of knew in the spring game you would know who that was. You know what I'm saying? Last year we knew Beckham was going to return
Well,
punts.
he had done it the year before.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to
but
replace him.
now it's like, who's going to be that guy to step up and try and make big plays on that when
Right
LSU
now, I
may
would
need?
say kick returner is the least of their worries.
Okay.
Yeah, it
All right,
could
some
be.
good insights. I know
Hey,
it's
it
early.
was-
It's just spring.
it
Let's
was
talk
good.
a little
It was
bit before
good.
we go to break. McNeese's spring game culminates. They're 1 week
This
behind
week.
LSU. A Saturday, 1 o'clock at Cowboy Stadium to culminate with their annual blue and gold spring game. The infusion of these transfers. We talked about this. Remember?
Yeah.
I like to see these guys come in. He pulled in some SEC quality, SEC
Yeah.
transfers, some junior college thing. I was thinking that maybe and it's not too late.
No.
Maybe a transfer at quarterback to kind of beef up that, but maybe it won't happen because he's got good numbers out there. He's looking at 3 or 4
Yeah.
different quarterbacks. Big news this past week, though, was involving the NCAA and having former Barb star Ernest Celeste back in the ranks.
Right.
That is huge.
It is.
Just like LSU,
It
they
is.
lost a lot of receivers.
It
they
is.
needed his stability.
Yeah.
And that's
I-
big news.
And I totally agree. Especially for
That
underneath.
was
I mean,
great because it seems like 10 years ago he was.
I know it does, doesn't it, Scooter?
Well, he was
It
at
does.
Texas Tech, and
He
you know,
was.
he sat
Yeah.
out 2 years because
He
of all
was.
kind of.
He had all kinds of injuries.
He's a
if
good.
anybody.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
No, he is.
And
very
you want to
good.
see
Good
him
kid.
be able
He's
to
a good
play
kid.
more.
Sure,
He is.
sure.
You
He's
know,
a good kid,
and
man.
he can be that underneath.
And remember I
slot
say
guy.
that
Oh,
it
that's-
was 10 years ago. I mean, I think that's why the NCAA should step in cases
Yes,
like
yeah.
this.
Yes.
I mean, he is the poster child for why you should get a
Yeah.
number
I
one.
agree,
You know,
Scooter.
just hard
Yes,
luck.
it's
That's
just
all it
I
was.
agree.
All right, we're up against the clock for the first time. Coming up next, we're talking basketball with McNeese's Kevin Hardy, who won a big award.
Yeah.
We'll talk to him about that and what else? The NCAA tournament. Maybe
Oh,
get a
yeah.
player's perspective
Believe it.
on what's going on there. We'll
That'd
be
be
back in
great.
about 2.5 minutes. Back to Jack Daniels. Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
So what are we doing at Tarver Ford this month?
The lot's filling up with F-150s. I'm thinking we should do $12,000 off every one of them.
What about $13,000 off? That'll really get their attention.
That's it. $13,000 off of MSRP on every new 2013 F-150 in stock.
What about all of our new cars and SUVs?
Let's do everything. We got the largest inventory we've ever had. Let's put it all on sale. The only problem is I don't know how we're going to fit that all in one ad.
Man, I think you just did.
Come see us at Tarver Ford in Sulphur for the Everything's on Sale sale.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
We're back at Jack Daniels with Lauberge Casino. We want to welcome yes, I said it a minute ago, the smartest guy at the table. All right.
You'd have to agree, maybe. You'd have to agree. Wait, why you got to point at me?
I don't know.
What's that all about now?
Get no argument from me.
There we go. We want to welcome Kevin Hardy, fresh off his junior year with the McNeese State basketball team. Kevin, congratulations.
Yeah.
You win a prestigious award from the Southland Conference as Men's Basketball Student Athlete of the Year in the Southland Conference. Electrical engineering, 3.42. Did I get it right?
Yes, sir. 3.42.
Close enough.
Yes,
sir. Okay. Electrical
That's pretty
engineering.
good.
Okay, that's not basket weaving.
No, it's not.
That they used to take at LSU, but you know, I'm on your back tonight, man.
I'm gonna let it make it though, Kim. I'm gonna let it make it though.
I'm guessing it's a lot harder than journalism.
It might be. All kidding aside, congratulations. You are a brain cell. We know about that. The American press has done a story about your decision to stay local from St. Louis High School. You're a local guy. You could have looked hard at some of the prestigious Ivy League schools. Let's go back a little bit.
Yes,
Give us a couple of seconds on that decision not to go to the, quote, Ivy League and stay down here with the Cowboys.
Well, Columbia gave me an opportunity to come up there, come visit New York, and I was in touch with them. And towards a little bit later, they told me that they had found a big man. Mm-hmm. So I thought McNeese was the right choice. They had my major that I was looking for, and it gave me an opportunity to stay close to home.
Good.
And it was the best choice for me.
Yeah.
This is kind of strange for us. We're used to having these student athletes, but all we ever talk about is the athlete part. But I am intrigued. I mean, you not only, carry the high grade point, like I said, electrical engineering, I know that's a lot harder than journalism. Or in whatever you went through. What you major in?
Journalism.
Journalism?
Journalism, yeah.
Excuse me.
I did not know that.
Journalism.
What are the...
Can't you tell?
Well, what's the biggest challenge for you with a tough major like that to find the time to study while I know basketball takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does.
My biggest challenge is like what you said, is time management. Just finding the time to get on my books, to go talk to my teachers because we miss a lot of classes, being on the road for the fall and the spring semester. So just time management, just trying to get all my classes and, just get all my work together on top of everything with basketball.
Kevin, I've been knowing you for quite a while, man. And we laugh and joke when you come over to the house and everything. And the one thing that's probably been a real mainstay with me looking at you is that you've always been a young man to stay focused. And a lot of times being in the college environment, there's a lot of distractions.
A lot of distractions.
What do you think has been the main thing to keep you focused on your books? I mean, like scooters say, electrical engineering, man, that's huge, man. And on top of that, man, to play sports and be as successful and productive as you've been for the Cowboys. How have you been able to keep all that together, man?
Well, as far as school, my mom's a principal, so she always told me.
That would pretty much
Yeah.
make it. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's always made sure I stayed focused on the classroom, and even when they announced my GPA at 3.4, she was on me and said, I got to get my GPA back up. And then my dad, on the other hand, has always, pushed me.
Yeah.
He's always pointing out any flaws that I have in my game, so he's always pushing me to continue to work hard.
That's great, man. That's great.
McNeese guard, junior guard, soon to be a senior, obviously. Kevin Hardy has joined us here at Sound Off 60. You have probably been following some of the headlines, all right? Northwestern football, I don't know if you follow that. We'll touch on that. They get a ruling from the National Labor Relations Board that their players could now be classified as employees, no longer student athletes, because the amount of hours and the amount of work that they put in football. And using that as a basis, you mentioned it earlier to both these guys about how much time you put in. Are you truly, in your mind, still a student athlete of McNeese State? Or do sometimes you feel like, wow, I'm working for a living here?
Kevin, answer that honestly, because I'm going to tell you what my answer is, okay? So you can think about it for a minute if you want, but...
Honestly, the majority of my day is all McNeese. I mean,
it is basketball during the season or academic?
It's true.
Well, during the season, it's more basketball than school, because it's you wake up, you have to go to weights in the morning, and then you go to class, and as soon as you finish with class, you go right to practice, all the way up until 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then you get a little break to study, and then you got to do it right back over again. So I mean,
and then the travel.
And then you travel. So I mean, especially with our schedule this year, I mean, we only had one home game before conference. So
we don't even go there. We don't even want to go there.
Yeah, we were on the road a lot. So I mean, most of my time was devoted to McNeese basketball.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Hobson.
Yeah.
I know you hated that question, but
But you just won't give that up.
I'm not going to.
No, he won't. He won't.
You didn't really get into, I think, what he really wants to know. I mean, do you think there's any? How closely have you kept up with this unionization of college athletes?
I hear about it, every now and then about how athletes should be, should get a little money. And I support it just because...
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because, I mean, with the amount of time that we dedicate, to the sports and everything, I feel that, just a little bit of something would help out, because we only get so much money, and I'm appreciative of the money that we do get for school and books and everything.
Yeah.
But, that extra bit of money would help,
And you're local. You're local.
Yeah.
You can go to mom and dad and maybe pick up a meal.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? Or laundry or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that little piece of change that we could get would it would go a long way, especially with just like food and other things outside of school.
Yeah. Call Kevin. He's got a little extra pocket.
Yeah. and
That'd be against the
Kevin,
rules,
I have to,
though.
yes, it would be. Kevin, I have to agree, man, because being in that position, and I know a lot of times, man, it's a tough pull to say whether or not a person should be compensated or should receive some type of stipend. But the thing that bothers me when I look at it, and you being a student athlete also, is that how can you justify kids that are leaving to go off to play professional sports, and within 2 to 3 months, they're going to be worth millionaires, but yet you can't.
But not,
well, I know, but
very, very, very
It's not half, like you said last week.
Okay, look, LSU at the spring game, they had 9 guys that's going to be going into the draft. 9. Nine guys.
We're going to argue.
That's
Kevin.
less than one half of
well,
one recruiting class.
I'm talking
football factories of
I'm
America.
talking about one of the D1 schools here in America. That's pretty good.
McNeese is D1.
That's pretty good.
They're D1 in
yes.
basketball and baseball.
But that's pretty good though to have 9 guys to walk into the NFL.
Is there a question?
Anyway, the question is this: they always want to say it's against it, but Kevin, I think we should get compensated. Honestly,
I agree. Both of us agree.
He don't agree. He don't agree.
No, I say they should be compensated.
I did say we. Yeah.
I like the whole notion of full college.
Well, why?
attendance.
Well, when I said this 5 years ago, you guys say no. Should never happen. I mentioned that 5 years ago. You guys said no. It'll never happen.
We're going to get the smartest guy on the panel to dissect the
Anyway,
tape again. Come
Kev,
on.
getting back,
Here?
looking at the Final Four,
Yes, sir.
and my team, I mean, my Wisconsin, well, they gave it a shot. They tried. They really did. Kentucky was just too much. Kentucky was just too much fun. Why do you have to say that? Why do you have to go there?
To tell you.
But
Is there a question?
looking at one of my SEC teams, Florida, everybody thought they was going to win it. God, how did that happen? What happens to a team like that when you get right there to the end, Kevin, and you can't pull it off, man? What caused it? Is it just fatigue? Is it just mentally or what?
I think it's a combination of, like you said, fatigue.
Yeah.
And then mentally you get drained because being in the Final Four, it's a lot on you going into the game pressure-wise. And the fatigue sets in. And sometimes it's just hard to finish out those games. It just gets to that point.
It seems just like that, though.
Interesting perspective. Kevin is primarily, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but you are more comfortable at the 2 guard. Yes, but you've been enslotted at the point guard because of the void there. So you're a guard. You're a backcourt guy.
Yes, sir.
The prevailing thought is you get into the tournament, any tournament like this, especially the NCAA, it's generated and the game is predicated by guards first. We saw what happened to Florida. UConn shut down their backcourt.
They did.
I mean, just bottled them up.
They did.
Willoughby, nothing. 4 points or something like that.
Yeah, no.
Explain to us and the viewers how guards, your position, can take over big games. And why is it so critical?
Guards are so important because they're an extension of the coach because, the coach entrusts them to run the offense, you know, that like how he wants it to be run. And your guards, they get everybody involved into the game. Yeah. Because it starts with them. They have the ball the majority of the time. So to get it into the big men, for them to dominate, the guards have to make a good entry pass. Right. They kind of decide the flow of the game, especially on defense as well. You know, like with UConn, they stayed on top of Wilbekin and they made it hard for him to get in.
They did.
Was it Frazier on the outside? The backcourt. I think the backcourt scored.
They shut him down.
They really did. It was the defensive effort was great.
Well, I'm sure you watched a lot of the tournament. What's the biggest thing you took out of the tournament? Most exciting moment or the central theme of this tournament you found?
I think the central theme is that, you don't have to be like the #1 team going into it because UConn and Kentucky, I think they're the lowest seed. They combined to be like the lowest seed.
Yeah.
7 and 8.
And anything can happen. Pretty much, and
anything has happened, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. And then I think the most exciting part is the threes that Harrison has hit. Yeah. The past 3 games to sell them to the next round.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
That is.
All right, as we wrap it up, back to you. One of the things that I've talked about on this show is your ability to go to the hole and make these thunderous dunks. If you guys had a dunk contest, within the team, you would win it hands down, in my opinion. Where does that come from? You're not the biggest guy. You're not the biggest guy on the team. Yeah. But boy, I tell you, when you elevate, the dunks are, they're thunderous.
Yes, sir. I think going into my junior year in high school was when I first started dunking, and I remember my uncle. He would always tell me, anytime now that I can dunk, anytime that I get to the goal, to just try my best to dunk. Because if I don't make it, I still can get the foul. So that sticks with me, and he continues to tell me that now. So whenever I get close, I try my best to just go hard as strong as I can and finish strong.
Well,
that's good.
I'm going to leave it with this. I think it would be, if we can do it, we get the camera crew. The ultimate on this show,
let me just
defender, the ultimate NFL defender.
Look,
you as a cornerback, get you down in the paint, and you got to stop him from straight on dunk. Can you do it? Without tackling him now.
I think, I think I would.
Really?
I think
Here we go.
I think I can put him up. Do I do?
I can smell it.
I don't think so.
Probably your hip.
I raised this kid, man. I raised this kid. Come on now. Come on now. Hey, I will respect Kev's ability. Believe me that. I will respect it.
Kevin Hardy, we appreciate you coming in. And I would be remiss in not saying Kevin wins the Student Athlete of the Year award.
That's a huge award.
That's
basketball.
Huge. Allison Baggett wins it for the women at like 3.7. And then Jasmine Cornelius wins it for track and field. Women's indoor track and field.
Track or field?
Isn't?
She is.
If I'm not mistaken,
I think
it's the little Baggett girl going to be a nurse. If I'm not mistaken,
might be nursing.
I thought it was nursing she was in. I could be wrong, but I thought it was nursing.
You guys got
That's
3
huge.
of the 4 winter sports for Student Athlete of the Year.
That is huge, man.
Kudos for that. Kudos for that.
I don't know if he's the smartest guy in the room, but he's definitely the smartest Kevin.
And we're going to end it with that. Newspaper boy hits it on the head. Kevin Hardy, we appreciate you coming in.
I'll get you for that, boy.
Right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Douglas Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatment you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge Casino. Sound Off 60. Want to remind you, Party by the Pools, Liquid Society is coming soon.
That's coming up.
It's going to start in May. We're going to have a kind of a rundown of some of the bands coming in.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be nice.
Tickets are still on sale for the big show.
Party by the Pool flashback. They had Bag of Donuts was playing at the LSU spring games.
Oh, yeah,
really?
Flashback. That could be dangerous.
Well, Bag of Donuts,
Scooter.
you know, they
played here before, yeah.
Party a lot.
No, you missed my point. You having a flashback, and, you know, that could be dangerous.
But you know the guys in the band know Scooter personally.
Personally?
I was there. I mean, they called him by name. I was like, what's going on, Scooter? Oh, I know the guys, kid.
Counting Crows, June 19th. One of the biggest shows, Counting Crows, is coming to Lauberge Party by the Pool, June 19th. Get your tickets.
Should be great,
now.
Hey, one more thing on the LSU
Is this a
spring
flashback?
game.
Another flashback.
No, I'm going to ask you, you know what my biggest impression of the LSU spring game was?
Come on.
That new upper deck in the south end zone.
Rick, let me tell you something.
That thing's full grown now.
Oh, it is. Man,
I mean, that.
Can they fill it?
Oh, no doubt.
Build it, they will come.
No doubt. No doubt. You're talking about Louisiana fans, no doubt.
But that
it's
changes
massive, Scooter.
the whole look of in
Oh,
a
it
good
does.
way, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that stadium now, you say, man, they got to be 150,000 seats.
Now, you know what's going to eventually happen, right? You know the north end zone is going to eventually get closed in also. I can't believe they keep it a horseshoe. I cannot believe they keep it a horseshoe. Cannot believe that.
I think all these stadiums are pretty well topped out. I really do.
I'm thinking.
Unless it becomes to the point they might put more club suites or something down.
Could be.
For the record.
No,
All right.
Let me tell you something.
I always heard they've got
collegiate sports, Rick. It's sports, but it's a business.
Let me state for the record.
It's a business.
LSU football, the epitome of Southern football outside of Saban,
flagship school of Louisiana, no doubt.
It is not. They are not immune. LSU football, in particular, is not immune to what's going on in this country.
Oh,
okay?
I agree.
And what I mean by that is attendance.
But
the
Rick,
NFL doesn't make money on their attendance anymore. It's television.
But wait,
it's that 70-inch TV that you have that's driving people.
But
I
believe
agree with
me,
you.
the entertainment
interest has never been higher, but you're
I know
right.
that.
Getting people in
but Rick,
those seats
let me,
is going to be
it
more
is
and
a
more
pain
of a
in the
challenge.
rear to go to major college and professional, even LSU.
And I, you know, it looks to me, you know, I obviously had never been, but this new upper deck, I mean, it looks like those would be pretty good seats to me. The way
I'm serious, Scooter.
Straight down on things.
Especially end zone. That end zone, look, you can see the entire field from that area.
I'm not a stranger. I've seen upper decks go up.
That's right.
In the past, but this one,
it does, Scooter. I have to agree with you.
It just completes the picture.
Yeah, it looks.
I'm just saying, watch out.
But Rick, but Rick, a little bit of what you're saying It's true, across the country.
It's not even finished.
But you know what problem I think a lot of the schools around the country make, Scooter? They don't know how to promote the product that they've got. LSU has done an outstanding job in promoting
you're sitting
what.
Here acting like you didn't hear what he said. LSU is not immune to this.
No, they're.
Now, LSU is still to the point where they are selling every ticket.
Scooter, you know every
but
game
not
is.
every ticket is being used.
That's right. No, but.
I mean, you saw a lot of empty. Yeah,
you
if
did.
they
I mean,
play Alabama or Florida or Auburn, they'll pack it in. But gone are those days when they play the Citadel and think they can fill that stadium up.
But I'm gonna say this, guys. As many games I've played in Tiger Stadium and actually have gone to see, it is. But Scooter, you've got to understand, the people that's marketing that product is doing a hell of a better job than a lot of people around the country. I mean, when you go to a scrimmage, I mean, you're almost like you're at a game. Seriously.
I understand that.
And that's what people want. People want to.
Sometimes I wonder what in the world you were talking about.
I'm talking about when you're at a game.
You went to not just a scrimmage, but a spring inter-squad football game Saturday. Does that feel like a game to you?
What I'm saying is this, Scooter. There's non-stop force for what you see and hear at the game. When the referee blows the whistle, here comes the music. People want to be entertained.
All right, okay. Well,
people don't want to just sit there and say.
Don't get on the music. He's going to get on a rant
But I'm saying, though, when people buy tickets, they want to be entertained. They don't want to just watch a game. They want to be entertained.
Dollars, look, the middle class in this country, all of a sudden we're talking about economics. The middle class in this country is shrinking. Dollars are not, the entertainment.
I don't really think it's, I don't think it's financial. I think,
you're wrong about that.
Now wait, you can't have it both ways now.
Even
financial
as high
pressure
as the tickets are, even as high as the tickets are.
They are high.
Stuff, I really, because like I said, people are still buying the tickets.
Look.
I mean, and not using them.
Dude.
And why don't you think they're using them? Gas. They got, what, you're gonna go? You're gonna go to the game and just spend a ticket?
Yeah,
no, you're not saying.
But spend another $100.
But Rick, the big ticket from that whole thing is still the ticket.
I know that.
Exactly.
To a point.
So why are you gonna spend that money if you're not gonna use it?
If you're not gonna go. But you know what? That's money in the bank.
Guys, in regards to if they're selling out all the tickets, if they're selling them all, I would challenge you on that.
Well, no,
I would challenge you on that.
But a place like Florida isn't.
Okay.
Now,
look,
if you
but
say
Rick,
so,
there might be a handful of tickets for the bad guys.
The point that you're making, guys, I understand, but y'all missing the big picture. It's all about what's out on the field. I don't care what you say or what's going on around the country. It's all about what's on the field. If you've got something that people want to go see and be entertained by, they're gonna go.
Well, I don't think it's fine.
Rick, they're gonna go.
I really truly believe.
I mean, now you mean to tell me if LSU goes 5-0 at the beginning of the season, that you're gonna have empty seats?
Yes.
I don't believe.
Yes.
It won't be many.
Depending on who they play.
Won't be many.
Who they play.
Yeah, well.
This wasn't even a topic.
I know what you're
on the
saying,
agenda.
Scooter. I go to the games. I mean, I know what you're saying. But what I'm saying, people want to be there and be entertained by what's out there.
But I agree with you to a point. But I don't think it's financial as much as it is the comfort of that high-def big screen TV.
You're living in a cocoon. You're living in a cocoon to a certain degree if you don't think it's financial. All right, we're up against the
You guys don't know the excitement.
All right, coming up next from
It's
Memorial
all about
Hospital,
the excitement.
Sound Off 60's own sports doc. Brett Cassio is coming up next. We're talking about golfers, back, core, all important.
I don't have those joint problems. I mean, I don't.
We got it more in about 2.5.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
Philip, you guys have been here for 4 years. Why is Tarver Ford doing so well?
Judge, we have a great team with a great passion to win every customer that gives us a chance. Our people are enthusiastic and prepared, our inventory is busted at the seams, and we're discounting prices and giving good money for trades to make deals happen.
Well, it must be working because I see the blue Tarver Ford tags everywhere. But how do you keep customers?
We want customers for life. So at Tarver Ford, every new vehicle includes complimentary lifetime oil changes.
Let us show you how a great team serves its customers a first-class experience.
At Tarver Ford, exit 21 Sulphur.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
Hi, welcome back to the show here at Lauberge Casino. Jack Daniels. Masters Week. This is kind of our
Big week.
keys for the Masters. And one of the things that we asked our own sports doc, Dr. Brett Cassio, to come in is talk a little bit about the Masters, but mostly about, and the subplot here is Tiger Woods pulling out of the Masters because of a lower bulging disc. I'm not going to even
tell you what's wrong with Tiger Woods.
Well,
right, we don't need the doctor.
Oh,
after
well,
8 years of waiting, after 8 years of being in a fantasy golf league, I finally get Tiger Woods this year. So, of course, his career is over.
His career is
but
over.
Now you can explain to us why. I'm sure Tiger's up there saying, yeah, Scooter drafted me this year. I just have no desire to play anymore.
What did he have done?
Man.
And why is it making waves in the golf world? And some pundits are saying this could be the possible end to a long-term goal of winning and breaking Jack Nicklaus. Why is it? Why so serious with this back end?
Well, what he had was a herniated disc, and they did a microdiscectomy, meaning through
I
a
didn't
little.
want to go there.
Break that down, Doc. Please break that down.
A little incision. They go in and they pluck out the piece of disc that's pressing on the nerve, that's making the nerve shoot down his leg. You know, the lightning feeling, they call that sciatica.
Yeah, I've had that.
So, you know, it was pressing on the nerve. It's very hard to swing a golf club, especially as hard as he swings it with that going on. Now, that in and of itself, you can come back from that. The problem is he's had several injuries. You know, he ruptured an Achilles tendon, he had an ACL tear. And so now, you know, he's my age. You know, we're getting to be 40 now. And it's hard to come back from that. You know, the amount of wins after age 40 starts to drop, even for the Jack Nicklaus types and stuff. So he's running out of time, essentially. So this injury is not in and of itself enough to knock him out forever, but he's starting to run out of time. And this is the first one in 20 years, first Masters in 20 years he hasn't played in.
Right. And I think I heard this somewhere on the streets. That the procedure he had done is not particularly complicated, but whether it works or not is kind of dicey. Am I hearing wrong
that's
on this?
you know, I don't do back surgery, so I'm not. You know, all surgery is complicated because if it goes badly, you know, then you have an unhappy patient and unhappy doctor. But it didn't sound like a complex situation going on. But who knows? We only know what the papers know, what the internet knows. We weren't there, so we don't know what's going on. He is a specimen of an athlete. He's probably the most fit golfer to ever golf.
Well, let me give you another theory that's been bandied about, mostly by some of the older golfers, I think, or former tour players, that maybe he overdid the weight room and what have you, and you know, maybe. I mean, you know, the guys from the 60s and 70s whose workouts were in the 19th hole, you know, kept that wrist limber. You know, they weren't having all of these injuries. I mean, could particularly say for golf, can you get too muscular, maybe?
Too fit?
Absolutely, but there's two ways to look at it. I mean, the guys on the long drive championship guys, they are bulky,
they're
big
beast-looking guys, man.
and they get, you know, club head speeds of 140 plus. Tiger's, you know, club head speeds are, you know, 120, something like that, 118. You know, all those guys that swing that hard, you're going to develop some injuries in your lower back.
From the torque.
The back's good at flexion and extension, meaning bending forward and backward, but rotationally, and same thing for baseball players, it's a hard thing on your lower back.
Yeah, Lake Charles Memorial Sports Medicine, our own Soundoff60 sports doc Brett Cassio is here with us to talk about back Old guys like us, okay? Kevin,
Like you guys.
okay.
Like you guys.
What do we do? What do we do? Now, you know, the golf season locally is really kicking in. Beautiful weather. What can we do? Is it all stretching? And we always talk about stretching, and it's so damn boring. But is it core, Doc? Is it stretching? What is it?
You hit on both of them. It's flexibility and core strength. If you maximize those two things and don't, you know, swing out of your shoes, you know, you're gonna extend the life of your game.
Well, I'm as guilty as Kevin.
Yeah, you are.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I'm trying to knock the little divots off the ball, okay?
I did want to back up a minute. What exactly do you mean by core strength?
So, stomach strength, abdominals, but also the strength of your gluteus muscles, your butt muscles, and your hip flexor muscles.
Yeah.
Those are all getting a lot more attention lately. So basically from your abdomen down to your knees, if you strengthen that, you're going to be able to protect your back.
Yeah.
I know my butt hurts every time I play with you.
Doc, when you talk about all of that, you on me, Scooter. Your core strength, and Scooter mentioned about the torque that Tiger Woods puts on the ball when he approaches and hits it. So what are you saying, I guess, is it different sports that require you to have a different physical makeup to play it? Or I guess what I'm saying is that when you say about big guys, bulky guys, you're saying golf may not to a degree agree with them as to what they're looking to do. Because, I mean, you see the long drive guys. I mean, these guys look like they all could be wrestlers, honestly. You got a few that may be on the slim side, but normally the ones that win it, they look like they're beasts. So should a golf guy makeup be something of a slender build? Just because, I mean, I was at the Houston Shell Open on yesterday, and I tell you what, I've had about, looking at some of the guys, and y'all probably know the names, tall guys, slender guys. I've never seen guys built like that before to play golf, honestly. And is that the look?
Well, I go for the John Daly look. That's what I prefer.
John's
But no, really, if you look at all the golfers on the tour, they're all most are thin, fit guys. Tiger was probably the most bulky guy, and especially in the upper extremities. And I mean, he was working out with the Navy SEAls. He was doing a lot of Olympic weightlifting.
Remember early on?
Well, I mean,
he was.
Yeah,
he's not that tall.
He was,
well,
but
you know what I mean. Maybe 6 foot, 6'1".
But Bubba Watson's got the highest club speed on the tour, and he's 6'3". So a lot of his speed just comes from how tall he is and how long his arms
exactly.
are.
Let's cover one more subject before we got to cut you loose. And we're going to get to it later on in the show. We hope, if you get me off on this LSU Stadium. The Saints signed 36-year-old Champ Bailey.
I want to talk about that.
One of my favorite players.
He is.
A foot injury, and it's called Liz Frank.
Liz Frank, yes.
And it sidelined him for 13 games last year. It was supposedly a high ankle sprain or some kind of foot issue. Turned out to be Liz Frank. And we're hearing more and more about this injury in the NFL and beyond. What is it, and why is it so debilitating?
So it's called Liz Frank, and that's a French surgeon. It was actually Napoleon's surgeon. And it was named after guys who were falling off horses back when they still did war on horses. They would fall out of the stirrup, but their foot would stay in the stirrup, and it would break their foot in half.
What?
And so this can happen on the football field in varying degrees, okay? The worst type is, your career is basically over. But the middle types can have surgery, but you could be out for a long time. The lower type injuries or sprains maybe don't need surgery, but you could still be out for months and months, because that is where all your stability comes from in sports. I mean, that's where, especially
no doubt,
playing high level football, he uses his feet so much for balance and reaction that you have to have all those ligaments intact in that foot to be able to
Should Joe Schmo, fan of the Saints, be concerned about Champ Bailey coming off Liz Frank?
The doctors...
He did play last year.
Well, but just the years that he's been playing, Rick, he's been playing, 13, 14 years now? I mean, that's a long time.
How many guys are his age playing in the NFL?
You're right.
So there's some concern, but are they looking for 10 years out of him? Are they looking for a year or two?
No, year or two at the most, Scooter. A year or two.
Rick Cassio, Lake Charles Memorial Sports Medicine. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
We learned a lot about the back.
Before we let Doc go, can I just go? Doc, you mentioned earlier about Tiger Woods. You say when you look at him, he's just a specimen of an athlete. What do you look when you look at me, Doc?
Same thing. Same thing, absolutely.
The bell has rung. Round 4 is over. Back in 2.5. Brett, we appreciate you coming.
I was going to let up on it. Not now.
Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60. And Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
So what are we doing at Tarver Ford this month?
The lot's filling up with F-150s. I'm thinking we should do $12,000 off every one of them.
What about $13,000 off? That'll really get their attention.
That's it. $13,000 off of MSRP on every new 2013 F-150 in stock.
What about all of our new cars and SUVs?
Let's do everything. We got the largest inventory we've ever had. Let's put it all on sale. The only problem is I don't know how we're going to fit that all in one ad.
Man, I think you just did.
Come see us at Tarver Ford in Sulphur for the Everything's on Sale sale.
Welcome back to the show at Lauberge Casino. Jack Daniels here. Hey, speaking of Jack Daniels, the weather's looking really nice.
Man, is it nice?
Look,
It's really nice
there's
outside.
a lot that goes on out here, but if
It
you
is.
come kind of like when we do our show taping earlier in the week, Jack Daniels extends to like the pool area too, so you can order in here, enjoy the great sunshine, because Lord knows we need a dose of sunshine.
We need to do
This
one of the
has been-
shows outside.
I mean, this is been
It's
a
really
rough,
nice.
rough winter, but it's
We
sunny
need- yeah, it's
now,
time.
and hopefully it'll be sunny this weekend. Come out and enjoy Jack Daniels. And
No
and
doubt.
get the lovely ladies to bring out your food and drinks.
It's a good time of year to come around.
It. All right, we appreciate Kevin Hardy from the McNeese State
Yeah.
Basketball Cowboys for being here. Brett Cassio from Lake Charles Memorial Sports Medicine for being here. Now let's kick in some other subjects. Guys, this could be really big for McNeese baseball. Number 1, UL Lafayette.
An hour up the road. Can you believe that?
They're number 1 in the country.
Can you believe that?
Not LSU.
No.
Not
They've
Tulane.
regained it this week. You know, they had lost it from getting it a couple weeks ago, but regained it.
UL Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns are coming to Cowboy
Now up the road.
Diamond
Can you believe that?
Wednesday
Number 1.
night for our midweek scheduled game,
Yeah.
and they just happen to be number 1 in the country.
No doubt.
Capacity crowd expected, all kind of
no
stuff
doubt.
going on.
Yeah.
Harley night, bike night, muscular
It's big.
dystrophy
It's big.
fundraisers, tailgating, every 200 that come in, get a trucker hat,
It's big.
blue and gold. This is, and you know, McNeese is 12-4 at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you say about baseball? There's no one in baseball. No crying,
Upset.
but there's no crying and no
upset.
upsets.
Yeah.
So it could be big. Get your tickets if
Yeah.
there's any left. This could be an interesting little affair. And this is good for me.
I really like
it's
this
good
Big
for the
East
city.
baseball
It's-
team. I only see them once, but I mean, just you know, you can kind of follow a baseball team. I really like this McNeese baseball
I do
team.
too.
They've got a little it factor with
Yeah.
them, I think. I really like this team.
Yeah. And still, their number 1 pitcher, Kingsley, who played at Barton,
Yeah.
is still not like, you know, the high
Right.
motor guy leading this pitching set.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if he gets
Well, I tell
cranking
you,
in the second half of the year,
no.
who knows?
I was at the McNeese game in LSU when they played about a week ago, and I mean McNeese had them 3-0.
Yeah, you mentioned about the
yeah.
4th or 5th inning or something like
And
that.
6th inning. I mean, Scooter can probably tell you, it kind of got out of hand and everything, but they were there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were there, and you know.
Kevin, it's baseball.
I know it's baseball. I know
Yeah.
it's baseball.
It would
Well,
not have been an upset.
I know it's
Again,
baseball.
they pack it into Cowboy Diamond, and don't be shocked if they don't put 2,000 in there. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, you got Raging Cajun fans.
Yeah, I
coming
mean, you're
over,
talking about
you
an
know what I'm
hour
saying?
away, Rick. People
Yeah.
are going to come to that,
Yeah.
man. It's only an hour.
Well, no, you got a few in Lake Charles.
You got a
too.
few.
And I tell you,
got a few.
I was at a golf event in Crowley, Louisiana, earlier in the week. If you're watching on the replay, and I ran into him. I mean, he was in full regalia, man.
Really?
Red and white.
Come on.
UL hat, UL this, big
I tell you,
fan, that kind of thing. They got their chest out. They got, and a lot of it's coming from football and baseball. But they got, and I, you know,
Went
in
to
the
the
group-
tournament in basketball.
yeah, good point.
Yeah.
They got their chest out, guys.
They should.
Okay? And they should. But,
they should. I have to give it to them. They should.
So this could be a big deal, if the Cowboys upset the Cajuns or beat the Cajuns.
So
look,
you're
they're
saying,
number one. They're number one.
Are you going to go there as far as
Scooter's saying it's baseball,
bragging
though,
rights?
Scooter's saying it's baseball.
Let's talk about Champ Bailey.
Scooter,
come on, man.
Scooter's saying it's baseball.
Rivalry. It's still a rivalry from the two regions. So yeah, a little bragging rights. And have a little fun with it.
And you're right. I'm not arguing with
Oh no, I can have a little fun with it.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It can be tiddlywinks. There's bragging rights.
You're right. You got to be competitive.
Flipping
Saints
coins.
Champ Bailey.
Yeah.
I was by the Broncos.
I was still scratching,
but
I was still scratching my head about the signing of Champ.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
I mean, he played 6 games last year, Rick. You still wondering why?
He's one of my favorite all-time players.
He's a heck of a corner, Scooter.
Can I talk?
I mean, I get excited when the kid name come up.
Well, don't get excited when I talk, okay? Going back all the way to his Georgia days, he's one of my favorite all-time players.
Yeah.
But I tell you what I like about it. And physically, we'll see.
Yep,
we'll see. But I think the Saints have a very young, talented, keyword young.
Yes.
Champ Bailey is known as a great, great locker room presence. I think he helps that team, and almost anything he can do physically is almost a bonus.
What's your problem?
With a young secondary
What's your problem?
Well, Scooter went on the opposite side of that. I was looking for him to contribute in a huge way.
Well, I think he will, and he could.
But
I mean, he's one of the he's one of the best pure athletes you're gonna. I mean, you know, he wasn't a publicity hog, but he was Deion Sanders-esque.
Exactly. That's my point I want to make. But the point that I want to make,
a little better tackle.
He's not a physical. He's not a physical corner. He's more or less of a cover corner.
Okay.
And there's a distinction between corners in the league. You have Sherman will knock you out for Seattle. He will knock you out.
Right.
That's not Champ.
Okay. Well, no, that's not him.
So
I mean,
what I'm
he
saying,
tackled okay.
Yeah, he does. But what I'm saying, I don't know what the Saints are looking out of him. Well, for the year,
they
I
lost
don't know.
Roman Harper. They released him. They lost Jenkins.
Come on, we didn't lose Roman Harper. It was time. We didn't lose Roman Harper. That was time.
Now Raphael Bush signs an unrestricted sheet with the Atlanta Falcons, and the Saints have until tomorrow. Did you see anything at the newspaper?
Not
so they have until tomorrow to match and retain Raphael Bush.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
like
they're hedging
Raphael
their
Bush,
bets. I like Raphael Bush too.
Yeah.
So maybe they're hedging their bets. But Champ Bailey is the newest member of the New Orleans Saints, and I like it because I like veteran leadership.
I do. I mean, I can agree with that. I mean, like Scooter
said,
say, in the locker room, that can play big dividend for you because it keeps guys' heads straight.
Coming off that Liz Frank thing that Casio was talking about.
I'd never heard that.
I'd never heard about that.
You never heard about the Liz Frank injury?
I've never heard about that.
But until I heard it with him, I'd never heard of it.
Really?
Yeah, I had not.
That seems serious, man. To break your ankle to a degree,
break your foot.
Serious, man.
All right, Stump the Wise guys coming up next, and we'll get our final two thoughts.
Oh, that's going to be pretty interesting, huh?
We've hardly talked about the final.
I know.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford, Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say, maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
Philip, you guys have been here for 4 years. Why is Tarver Ford doing so well?
Judge, we have a great team with a great passion to win every customer that gives us a chance. Our people are enthusiastic and prepared, our inventory is busted at the seams, and we're discounting prices and giving good money for trades to make deals happen.
Well, it must be working because I see the blue Tarver Ford tags everywhere. But how do you keep customers?
We want customers for life. So at Tarver Ford, every new vehicle includes complimentary lifetime oil changes.
Let us show you how a great team serves its customers a first-class experience.
At Tarver Ford, exit 21, Sulphur.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
big bang of light beers, the one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels here at Lauberge. Time to stump the wise guys. The
Yes.
lovely Vicky and the equally lovely Darby is here to try to stump
Glad to have
us.
both
What do
of
we
them.
got, ladies?
Who's up first?
I'm first.
Okay.
Where's the buzzer?
All right.
There's the bell.
Put it out here.
Masters Week means we go to Augusta Nationals to stump the wise guys.
Uh-oh, golf. Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
Y'all in
Name
trouble.
the last 3 winners of the Masters.
Last 3.
Easy.
Let's see. Adam Scott last year.
Adam Scott.
Yeah,
Bubba
Adam Scott,
Watson.
Bubba Watson,
Okay, 2 out of 3.
and
Foreigner. Help me out. South
He's got a
African.
really weird name.
Goosen.
Short. Okay, you said, I know he was foreign.
Come on now, guys. Y'all the golf guys.
He's
Come
the
on.
guy that hit that shot in the fairway, I believe. Charles or Charles? What's the last name? Help me. Charles.
Scooter knows. He's just kind of
Not
taking him
Smith.
a while.
No, it's a weird last name.
Walser. Schwalzer.
Sawasko?
Charles
Something like that.
Okay, that's close enough.
Charles
That's
Schwartz.
good enough.
That's close
I'll
enough. I
take that
totally
one.
agree. Yes.
Watson.
Totally
Scott.
agree.
There we
Yes.
go.
Totally
Boy,
agree.
I-
Close
All right.
enough.
Name the top 3 golfers who have won the most Master championships.
Okay, Phil.
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Hey,
Hey,
He's got it.
think,
He's
think,
got it under
think.
control. I think he's got it under control.
Nicholas, Tiger,
Tiger.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Palmer.
I gave you the first
Is
2,
it the
okay? So,
numbers?
hey,
You know how-
I gave
I
you
know
the
Nicholas
first 2.
is one.
Okay.
I'd have never
I gave you
gotten
the
Nicholas.
first. I know.
without you.
I gave you the
Is it on
first
there?
2.
How many did Palmer win? I know Tiger's
Palmer
got 4.
won. I think Palmer
4?
won 4.
That's a lot of
4.
Masters for Arnold.
Yeah.
He's a great
Does
player.
that- that was
Nicholas
the one
won 6. It
Yeah,
doesn't
Nicholas
say
won 6.
Palmer. I guess
Okay.
he must have
Won 6,
won
so it had to be
4.
under that.
I think it was 4.
4. Okay. Vicky.
Okay. All right, Vicky.
All right. Who designed the famed Augusta National Golf?
Scooter.
Who what?
Who designed?
Who
the-
designed?
Same guy designed Pebble Beach.
Oh, Bobby Jones did it.
No,
didn't
well, Bobby Jones built it.
Well, he built
But he
it.
didn't design it. He went. Bobby Jones saw Pebble Beach, and I cannot remember. I'm drawing a
You
blank.
read a book on this or something?
No, it's just coming up. But
It's an English guy, isn't it?
yeah,
Fancy name.
yeah.
Gosh. I just know he's
Give me
English.
his first name.
Alistair?
Alistair McKenzie.
McKenzie. That's it. We knew it all along. Yeah. There it is, right there.
All right, last
All right,
one,
next one. Here we go. Bonus.
All righty. What holes make up Augusta's famous Amen Corner and give us the holes' names?
6 and 9.
The holes' names? The holes
6
do
and
have
9.
names. Do you know the names of the
you
holes?
overthinking
I
this,
think I
man.
know one.
Well,
Yeah.
each hole is named after
Right.
a flower.
Yeah.
No, I don't know those.
Well, they're asking for that.
But Amen Corner is
Magnolia.
11, 12, and 13.
And 13. The only one I might guess at is I remember Azalea.
Azalea.
One of them.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know beyond that. You don't know the name of the
I
holes?
I don't know the flower
Oh,
names. I
no,
never
the
got
flower-
into
this
that.
will be
You
a
need to
mini
know
stomp.
that?
Yep. White dog,
It's a, yeah.
Golden Bill, and
Azalea.
White dog.
But it is 11, 12,
White dog.
13.
Dogwood.
Yeah, white dogwood.
Am I right? 11, 12, 13?
Yeah,
Is that
11,
right?
12, 13.
Yeah.
Amen
Very
corner.
good, Scooter.
Okay, so
I'm impressed, Scooter,
we'll call
man.
it a mini
That's
stomp,
your knowledge
but not a
of the
true
master.
stomp.
It wasn't bad at all.
Not bad at all. He came
No.
through. Vicky, Darby.
Oh, I wasn't playing
Thanks,
with
ladies.
flowers.
We're not, not playing flowers.
It's not a flower show. It's
Okay.
a
Well,
golf
I'm
tournament.
just telling you, they got names. What
Final
can I say?
four.
All right, Masters, let's segue into this. I mean, it's like NASCAR, okay? Who's
Yeah,
going to win a
it's big.
NASCAR? You got Mickelson kind of coming around.
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy's got a little mojo back. Sergio Garcia, can he, I mean,
Well, let me
we
say
talk
something.
about
Look,
Garcia almost
look,
every
look,
year.
look,
Can he
look,
break
let me
through?
tell you about
Yeah,
Garcia.
I don't think he can
Look.
win the Masters.
You don't think?
Garcia is more of a U.S. Open or
Yeah.
British Open
But look,
kind of guy.
let me tell you the
I don't
story
think he'll win the Masters.
about
Well, you were there. You
yeah,
were
your
at the
boy.
Houston Open.
He's
Who, Sergio?
Sergio Garcia, little arrogant dude, man. If I might say so myself. Very arrogant, man. I mean, one of the fans, you know when you walk through the ropes to go to the next hole?
Yeah.
You know, fans are out there kind of like saying, hey, can one of the little guys put a head out or something like that from the sign, I guess? I mean, I know he's got to get his mind right or whatever. He looked at the kid, he say, kid, I'm working.
Did he really say
Yeah.
that?
He said, kid, I'm working.
He is working.
I mean, I know he's working, but you
that's
take
okay.
time out for that kind of stuff.
All right.
Come on now.
Angel Cabrera. Angel Cabrera.
Oh,
He's
I'd
won it
love
once.
to see it.
Yeah.
He's won it once, and he was close.
Well, it was in the
last year
playoff last year.
against Adam Scott.
yeah,
I like
it was in
that
the
guy.
playoff last
I
It's gonna
like
be
that
big,
guy.
though.
All right, NCAA guys, Final Four, Florida out.
Can you believe that? I couldn't believe my Gators.
This is just a wacky tournament.
You know, you
Anything
say it,
can happen.
and you know the funny thing to me, you got a 7 and an 8 seed,
Yeah.
but UConn, Kentucky, I mean, that's two blue bloods.
Like, yeah, that's not
I mean, that sounds
They've
like
never
two
been there
number
before.
1 seeds.
Yeah.
I know. So
That's
throw
crazy.
that out.
That's crazy.
I mean, what UConn did defensively to the backcourt.
They shut them down. Honestly,
Can
did,
they
Rick.
do it against Kentucky again?
I don't know. Kentucky.
Possible.
Yeah, but you
boy,
know what?
Can 5 freshmen win it?
The
Can
thing
5
that gets me with
freshmen
Kentucky-
win it?
Done it before.
Is
I
they've done
know.
it before.
I don't know.
The thing
To
with
me,
Kentucky.
you know, it's bad for basketball.
No, wait a minute.
If Kentucky wins
5
it.
freshmen have never won it before. Who's won?
Kentucky won it.
Kentucky, did they have 5 starting
Well,
freshmen?
maybe 4.
They had 4.
A lot of freshmen.
They
Yeah,
had 4.
When they did it 2 or 3 years ago.
This is the thing, guys. The Kentucky coach was interviewed after the game, and one of the guys said, "Coach, tell me what's unique about your team." He said, "They don't get tired."
Well, they're young. They don't get tired. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Of course, you're watching
man.
later on.
It is.
I don't know who's going to win. Flip a coin.
I'm pulling for Kentucky.
Flip a coin.
I'm
All
pulling
right,
for
that's going
Kentucky.
to wrap it up. A+ game.
Great job,
to
guys,
The show
tonight.
tonight. All right, guys. All right, we'll do it all again next time here at Jack Daniels at Lauberge.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.